You lay your body to rest. But your mind? It drifts away to places that feel as real as the world around you. Have you ever wondered where your consciousness truly goes when you sleep? We've been told sleep is simply a time to recharge, to rest. But is that really all it is? Where does your consciousness stay at night when you sleep? And why is it that science can't fully explain what happens during those hours? These are questions that have puzzled both scientists and spiritual seekers for centuries. When you close your eyes, the world around you fades, yet your mind remains active, exploring strange lands, encountering beings, and reliving memories, sometimes more vividly than reality itself. But if sleep is supposed to be rest, why does your brain become more active at night than during the day? Why do you dream, and why are those dreams sometimes so strange, so meaningful, and at times eerily accurate? No one teaches us about the mysteries of sleep in school. But what if I told you that sleep isn't just rest? What if it's a doorway, a bridge to another realm, an inner world your consciousness steps into, away from the body? We've been taught to ignore the deeper questions, but today we're going to dig into the science, the ancient wisdom, and the mysteries that surround what truly happens when we sleep. Are you ready to uncover the truth? Stay with me as we break this down step by step. As you fall deeper into sleep, the physical world fades, but your consciousness remains active. It's a strange experience, one that we often take for granted. But how much do we really understand about the process? We know the brain slows down during sleep, but is it really resting? Or is it doing something far more mysterious, something far more profound? It's easy to think of sleep as a break from reality, a time when we simply shut down to recharge. But that's not the full picture. In fact, sleep is a dynamic state, one that constantly shifts and changes. During deep sleep, the brain's activity slows down. But when REM sleep kicks in, things get intense. Your brain is no longer resting. It's active, almost as active as when you're awake. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain that controls logic and decision-making, becomes less active, which is why dreams often don't make sense. But the visual and emotional centers, they light up like never before, creating vivid, surreal images and stirring emotions. Now, this is where things get interesting. If the brain is more active during dreams, how can sleep still be considered rest? The truth is, the brain doesn't rest in the way we think it does. It doesn't shut down. Instead, it enters a different mode. A mode that isn't focused on the outside world, but on internal processing. And this shift, it suggests that our consciousness isn't simply off during sleep. Instead, it's in a different state, moving into a deeper level of awareness. What if consciousness doesn't just stay in the brain, but moves elsewhere while we sleep? One of the most fascinating pieces of the puzzle comes from something called DMT, dimethyltryptamine. DMT is a powerful compound known for causing intense, otherworldly visions. It's found naturally in certain plants, but it's also produced in small amounts in the human brain. What's even more intriguing is that scientists believe DMT is released by the brain when we enter REM sleep. This could explain why dreams sometimes feel so bizarre, yet deeply meaningful. People who have taken synthetic DMT have reported experiencing similar visions to those they have during dreams. Encounters with strange beings, traveling to surreal landscapes, or feeling as if they're being shown hidden truths. So, If our brain is naturally producing DMT while we sleep, could our dreams be a form of hallucination? Or could they be something much deeper, something far more connected to the nature of consciousness itself? This leads us to another mind-boggling question. Are we really experiencing reality when we're awake? Or is our perception of reality simply a filtered version of something much larger, something beyond what we can grasp in our waking state? Dreams are not just random fragments of our brain's activity. They've been shown to sometimes predict the future. Throughout history, people have had precognitive dreams, dreams about events that haven't happened yet, but later come true. One famous example is Abraham Lincoln, who dreamt about his assassination just days before it occurred. But it's not just historical figures who have these experiences. Everyday people report dreaming of an event or person they haven't seen in years, only to encounter them in real life. If dreams are just random activity from a resting brain, why do some of them seem to offer glimpses into the future? Could it be that during sleep, our consciousness steps outside of time and space, tapping into a deeper, timeless knowledge? Sleep paralysis is another phenomenon that sheds light on the strange relationship between our consciousness and sleep. For those who have experienced it, sleep paralysis is a terrifying feeling of being trapped between sleep and wakefulness. Your body is frozen, and yet your mind is fully awake, sometimes even hyper-aware of your surroundings. In many cases, people describe seeing shadowy figures or feeling a sense of overwhelming pressure on their chest, symptoms that are nearly identical across cultures and beliefs. How can so many different people from completely different backgrounds describe the same sensations? Could it be that sleep paralysis isn't just a malfunction of the brain, but a moment when consciousness shifts into another state? One where we briefly become aware of things beyond our normal perception? Another fascinating aspect of sleep is lucid dreaming. While most dreams happen without our control, lucid dreaming allows us to become aware that we're dreaming while still inside the dream. And in that state, we can take control. We can fly, manipulate the dream world, or even talk to dream characters. This ability to control dreams suggests that our consciousness isn't as bound to the physical world as we may think. The prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for self-awareness, lights up during lucid dreaming, indicating that even when we're asleep, a part of us remains fully awake. But why would we have the ability to control our dreams if they're just random brain activity? Could it be proof that consciousness isn't fully tied to the physical world, but exists in a more complex, expansive state? The way we experience time during sleep is another mystery. How many times have you woken up from a dream that felt like it lasted hours, only to realize it was just a few minutes in real time? This isn't just an illusion. Studies have shown that time operates differently in dreams. During REM sleep, the brain's internal clock seems to function on a different rhythm, which explains why time feels distorted. Some lucid dreamers have even conducted experiments within their dreams, counting, performing tasks, and then comparing it to real-world time. The results show that time dilation can actually occur, suggesting that time in dreams doesn't follow the same rules as in the waking world. If consciousness can experience time differently in dreams, could it mean that our perception of time is simply a mental construct, rather than a fixed law of nature. One of the most mind-bending theories comes from the field of quantum physics, the multiverse theory. According to this theory, infinite versions of reality exist simultaneously. And if that's true, could it be that dreams are glimpses into alternate realities? Some researchers have speculated that when we dream, our consciousness might shift into parallel dimensions, experiencing other versions of ourselves and our lives. While mainstream science hasn't proven this, the complexity and coherence of some dreams suggest that they're more than just random brain activity. In fact, many spiritual traditions have long believed that dreams allow us to travel to other realms, whether physical or metaphysical. Could it be that dreams are a doorway to the multiverse, allowing us to briefly experience other realities while our body remains asleep? As we delve deeper into the mysteries of sleep, another intriguing question arises. Why do we forget most of our dreams? You wake up, and for a brief moment, you're convinced that the dream you just had will stay with you forever. But within minutes, it begins to slip away, fading into nothingness. It's as if your mind is deliberately erasing it. Why does this happen? Scientists believe the hippocampus, the part of the brain responsible for memory, operates differently during sleep. Unlike when we're awake, the hippocampus doesn't store dream memories the same way it stores waking experiences. Some researchers argue that dreams aren't meant to be stored at all, but are more like a temporary processing system, helping us to sort through thoughts and emotions. They're discarded after their purpose is served. But there's another theory to consider. Could it be that the brain is trying to protect us by filtering out dreams from our conscious memory? If we remembered every dream in vivid detail, our sense of reality could become blurred, confusing the dream world with the waking one. Imagine if your mind constantly replayed vivid dreams alongside real-life memories. How could you tell the difference? The brain might be preventing this from happening by erasing most of the dream experiences, keeping us grounded in reality. However, there are those rare dreams that stay with us for years. Some dreams seem to have more significance, as if they carry a message or a lesson we need to remember. What if the ones we do remember are actually trying to tell us something? Something the conscious mind is too distracted to notice in its waking state. Then, there's the common myth that if you die in a dream, you'll die in real life. It's a myth that's been passed down for generations, but the reality is, countless people have experienced death in their dreams and have woken up just fine. So, what does it say about our consciousness when we die in a dream? Some researchers believe that dying in a dream isn't about physical death at all, but represents a profound change. The death you experience in a dream often symbolizes transformation, an end to a chapter in your subconscious mind. It might reflect a deep shift in your perception, or the conclusion of something significant in your life. Many people who've experienced death in their dreams report waking up with a newfound clarity, as if they've been changed on some deep, subconscious level. Interestingly, the state of sleep itself shares similarities with death. In both states, awareness seems to separate from physical reality. Bodily functions slow down, and external stimuli become meaningless. Some near-death experiences describe sensations that are eerily similar to those of dreams, floating, meeting other beings, or reviewing past memories. Could it be that sleep is preparing our minds for the ultimate disconnection from physical reality? Is it a rehearsal, in a sense, for the final departure? The idea that dreams might be connected to life beyond sleep raises another profound question. Is sleep simply a break from reality, or is it a doorway into something far deeper? If consciousness can travel between worlds, manipulate time, or even glimpse into alternate realities, then could sleep be more than just a physical need? Could it be the key to understanding the nature of consciousness itself? As we consider all of these questions, it becomes clear that sleep is far from a simple biological function. It's a complex, multifaceted experience that science is only beginning to understand. And even as we uncover more about the brain's activity during sleep, we still don't fully grasp what consciousness is, where it comes from, or where it goes when we close our eyes. The fact that we can dream, experience vivid alternate worlds, manipulate our surroundings in lucid dreams, and even encounter a version of time that doesn't follow the rules of the waking world suggests that our consciousness isn't bound by the same limitations we associate with reality. In many ways, dreams are not just a passive experience. They are an active exploration of the unknown, a deep dive into the realms of possibility that exist just beyond our conscious awareness. Sleep, then, is not just sleep. It is a journey, a voyage into the unknown parts of our minds, and possibly into realms that science has yet to fully comprehend. Whether it's tapping into the mysteries of time, encountering alternate versions of reality, or simply processing the experiences of the day, sleep is a state of being that is far more significant than we've been led to believe. But if sleep is a doorway to something deeper, then what happens when we wake up? Do we return to our physical reality, or do we carry with us fragments of the deeper consciousness we explore during sleep? The answers to these questions may not be readily available, but one thing is certain. Sleep is far from the simple, mundane process we often assume it to be. It is in many ways a journey to the farthest reaches of our own consciousness, a journey we may not even fully understand yet. If you've made it this far, I encourage you to reflect on your own experiences. What do your dreams say about you? Have you ever had a dream that seemed too real, too significant to ignore? Leave a comment with the word 100% to confirm that you've received the knowledge from this video, and let's continue exploring these deep, mysterious questions together. For more thought-provoking topics like this one, don't forget to watch the recommended video on the screen right now. Thanks for watching, and until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring, and keep expanding your consciousness.